Hi, Anthony Alpha here, and in this video we're going to talk about the role of an advisor. People do what they get paid to do, and financial advisors are no different. I think at the end of the day what you're looking for is certainty of an outcome. You want to make sure that you're going to be on the right track with your retirement plan so that you can enjoy and get a sense of relaxation and not be caught up in the day's news. So let's talk about, is financial advice all the same? You're going to meet a lot of people with the name financial advisor, but that doesn't always mean exactly the same thing. In some of those cases, a stockbroker or a 401k person are really going to be there to put together an investment strategy based off of maybe your risk tolerance or try to beat the market or pick a few different stocks. A 401k person is really going to be there from an employee benefit standpoint to administer a plan and maybe provide some advice. A banker or an insurance agent is going to probably have some objective issues and are going to have an incentive to sell you certain types of products that maybe that company either manufactures or has a certain type of kickback arrangement with. Sometimes the advice is there and sometimes it's a little watered down as well. A product manufacturer that makes insurance products or mutual funds out there is also going to be a similar arrangement with maybe a banker or banks or insurance agent as well, where there's going to be an incentive to sell their products. They might actually even give you the advice for free, as they say, with the intentions of you buying those specific company products from them. So I would just be mindful in those types of circumstances. It's not to say that these three people or these three types are bad or can't actually provide you some advice. I would just be mindful and have some concern. The next area that I would like to talk about is the accountants and attorneys out there. I hear a lot of times that my accountant is my financial advisor, and while some accounting offices definitely do some great financial planning advice, I think sometimes you have to be mindful when you have some accountants that their main practice or focus is tax planning or filing taxes for their clients. They have hundreds, if not thousands of clients. I don't know that you're going to get the value and the time that's really needed to go through a comprehensive, ongoing financial planning based relationship. Oftentimes it requires many meetings throughout the year with different types of software that most accountant and attorneys are not going to be as qualified to help you with. And lastly, friends and family and coworkers, seeking out friends' advice is not a bad idea to look for maybe who they're using, that they enjoy the relationship of their advisor with, but getting specific advice from friends and families and coworkers, these types of information that you're asking them for is very complex. There's a lot of variables out there, and just because it works well for their situation doesn't mean it's going to work best for you. So what I think would be the best type of relationship that you should be looking for is an independent financial planner. An independent advisor does not have to use one company's products. They don't have any sales quota to meet. And having that type of independent relationship, you should feel like you have an objective relationship where they're going to be transparent. I would also want that advisor to be having a specialty in retirement income planning process and not just taking on any client out there. Having somebody that's really focused on retirement income planning is going to spend their time and provide the best type of advice that you could get, because they're going to be completely focused on you and what your needs are from a retirement planning standpoint. And they're going to address those different areas that we talked about in the last 10 videos. Now, talking about compensation, there's generally two types of advisors out there. There's the advisors that get paid on a commission basis. These types of advisors are generally going to get a commission for you buying a certain type of product. Oftentimes, they'll give you the planning for free under the assumption that you're going to buy a product from them and they'll get their compensation from them. It's not to say that this type of relationship can't work. I would just be mindful of it because there could be some obvious conflicts of interest and you might not be getting the most objective advice at the end of the day. The other type of advisors, I would say, is a much more objective type of relationship and one that I would be seeking out if I was in your situation. This would be a fee-only advisor who receives their compensation as a percentage or a flat fee for the financial planning advice or management that they're providing to your overall portfolio. It's a much more simple, fair, and transparent type of relationship. There should be no upfront cost, no commission, no back-end costs. It's just going to be based off one flat number that you can easily understand, and you should be able to see that number on a monthly or quarterly statement to know exactly what you're paying. One other thing to make note of, there is something called a fee-based advisor versus a fee-only. While this doesn't sound like a big difference, the nuances can have big implications. Basically, a fee-based advisor is somebody that could also be a product pusher and a fee-only advisor, essentially wearing two hats, and they can decide on which hat they're going to wear in that relationship. I would try to err with somebody who's going to be a fee-only advisor, so you know that they're only wearing that one hat in all of your relationships. So I hope that this video has been helpful to understand the role of an advisor and the different types of advisors out there. In our next video, we're going to talk about the implementation process of implementing your overall financial plan from the last 11 videos that we just had. Thanks again for watching.